Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of longer-term technical and fundamental analysis on Bitcoin because in today's video, I want to discuss the looming Bitcoin bull run that I think many of us can agree is probably going to be coming here sometime in the year of 2019. Now, you guys know I do technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets every single day here on the channel, and in all of those videos, all of the technical indicators that I've been looking at, that I've been showing you guys, all the market structure, all the oscillators, all the moving averages, all of everything, is telling us, all the fundamentals for that matter as well, are telling us that a Bitcoin bull run is likely going to be starting sometime in the year of 2019. More than likely, sometime later on in the summer, about 3 to 6 months from now, we're going to see confirmation of a Bitcoin bull run starting. But in today's video, I want to discuss whether or not you and I, for that matter, are ready for the Bitcoin bull run and kind of open a discussion about what we want to do leading into the bull market so that we can plan out how we're going to set up our trades and our investments so that we are sitting pretty when Bitcoin runs to a new all-time high past 20,000 and up into the six figures as I think it's going to do. We're going to be discussing all of that and more in today's video, guys, and I think this is a video that you're going to want to see. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely consider dropping a like, hitting that subscribe button, and smashing that notification bell, guys. As you're watching this, I am out of town. I am currently somewhere on the eastern seaboard. I have taken a road trip, and I am nowhere near my house when you're recording this, when you're watching this, even though I'm recording this in my house. I will be back tomorrow. I believe this video will be going up on Monday, so hello. Everything that we discuss in today's video is non-topical and will be relevant when this video goes live, so don't worry about the video being outdated. This is all long-term, and whether or not I recorded this today or a month ago, it doesn't matter. Same concepts still apply. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right on into it. Also, by the way, before we get into it, I do want to mention the 20% off coupon code for the CT2A. Still linked down in the description, April 2019. I imagine that's going pretty well. I don't know. I'm pre-recording these videos, so hopefully you guys are enjoying that discount. That will be going on for another 24 hours or so. So if you've been thinking about joining CT2A, links in the description. Anyway, now let's go ahead and get on into the video. The first thing that I want to do in this video is recap some of the things that I've discussed in previous videos to show you guys why a Bitcoin bull market is coming. Particularly, I'll go over a lot of the things that I discussed in yesterday's video, so if you watch that video, you can skip forward a couple minutes to where we start talking about what we want to do to prepare for this bull market. But if you haven't and you want to be convinced that a Bitcoin bull market is coming, here's a little bit of rapid fire TA for you guys. These two moving averages right here, those would be the 50 and the 200 daily simple moving averages. This is the 200, this is the 50. As you can see, they crossed bearish about a year ago, back over here in April of 2018. The last time these two moving averages crossed bullish was at the very beginning of the 2016-17 bull market, right over here. This is a very important piece of time right here, October of 2015. This was the beginning of the 2016-17 bull market. These two moving averages are closing in on themselves, looking like they're going to be crossing in the next couple of months. I'm leaving a little bit out there, but like I said, I did mention this literally in yesterday's video, so go back to that video if you want more detail about why a Bitcoin bull run is coming. I'm just showing you guys a little bit to lay the foundation. Another thing that I want to mention would be the 50 weekly moving average. That's basically the yearly moving average, and also the 20 exponential moving average out here on the weekly chart. This moving average right here would be the 20 EMA, and when this crosses above the 50, as it probably will be doing in the next couple of months, that is also an early warning sign that a Bitcoin bull run is coming. As you can see, that October period in 2015, right over here that we were discussing just about 30 seconds ago, the last time we saw a bullish cross between these two moving averages was indeed right there, and we did indeed see that that was the trigger for the Bitcoin bull run. By the way, the bull run before the 2016-17 bull market, both of these different crosses that I'm talking about also predicted the beginning of that bull run. Both of these are also predicting a bull run starting in the next 6 months or so. I can go on. There's a lot more technicals. There's literally about 20 different pieces of technical analysis that I can go into to show you guys why a Bitcoin bull run is coming. I just thought I'd give you a couple of them to refresh you in case you guys haven't seen any of the evidence that a Bitcoin bull run is coming. I figured I'd go ahead and throw that in there. Now, guys, let's go ahead and dive into what we want to do moving on into the bull market. And the way that I want to start this is by looking back into the past, back over here at 2015. And I want to ask you guys a very simple question. Were you in the market during 2014 and 2015? Were you in the market? Were you active in the market? Tell me in the comment section. Let's get a conversation going on down below. Were you active in the market when Bitcoin was trading down here below $1,000, below $500, below $250? Were you in the market back then? Were you? Second question, if you were in the market back then, how did you feel when Bitcoin ran to $20,000? I wasn't in the market back then, but I did enter the market when Bitcoin was trading around $2,800 almost 2 years ago. When I first got into crypto, Bitcoin was trading at $2,800. It was the 31st of July, 2017. It was right here, this day. Bitcoin was trading at almost about a seventh of all-time high. And you can bet your bottom dollar that I had wished I had bought more Bitcoin back then, and I had prepared more, loaded up my bags, ready for Bitcoin to go to the moon. As I've been saying in the last couple of videos, guys, Bitcoin went to the moon in 2017. The next bull run is going to take us to the stars. And back then when Bitcoin went to the moon, I very much wish I had have had more Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in an accumulation phase right now following a year-long bear market, and it's still trading close to twice the valuation as it was when I got into cryptocurrency. Don't you think that I had a wish I'd have bought more Bitcoin? How about you guys who got into Bitcoin when it was over here trading around $800, $600, $400? Maybe you were in the market and you saw Bitcoin come all the way down to $160. How did that feel? Tell us in the comment section down below if you were in the market back then, and tell us what you thought when Bitcoin ran to $20,000 and there was a 100x return on the table. Furthermore, tell me what you thought if you were back then, if you were in the market back even just a couple years ago, when many different altcoins were trading at 100th of what they're trading at now after a bear market. Maybe you're in the market when when Litecoin was trading at $4. Litecoin is coming out of a bear market right now. It's still trading over 22 times what it was trading at just a couple years ago at the beginning of 2017 before it was listed on Coinbase. Litecoin had a 100x return. Bitcoin had a 100x return. These cryptocurrencies had a ridiculous return. And even if you had have invested a ton of money and made a bunch of money, tell me you didn't wish you had have invested more, right? Now, I'm not going to go ahead and tell you guys that you have to go invest your whole life savings in Bitcoin. I'm not telling you guys to go blow all your money and put 100% of your investments in Bitcoin. I think it's a good idea to be diversified and have investments in other places like real estate. Maybe you have investments in a REIT. Maybe you have investments in the stock market. Maybe you have investments in gold, platinum, silver, precious metals. Maybe you have commodity. Maybe whatever. It's not a bad idea to be diversified and have money in a lot of different positions. That being said, it is also a very good idea to have a very large position in a high return, high percentage probability investment like Bitcoin. Now, that's my opinion. I think there's a very strong case to be made that a Bitcoin bull run is coming. And during Bitcoin bull runs, we see ridiculous returns. And I think that there is a very, very strong argument to be made that Bitcoin is going to run beyond $20,000. So I want to make it very clear. I'm not telling you guys to go put all your money into Bitcoin. I am, however, saying that Bitcoin right now, where Bitcoin finds itself right now, right here, this place in Bitcoin, that correlates almost perfectly. I've been showing you guys evidence of this for a year. This is pretty much indisputable. Bitcoin is right here. This is where Bitcoin is, and that is what followed. Bitcoin did this the last time Bitcoin was here. The last time Bitcoin was at the end of an accumulation phase, Bitcoin ran 100 times higher than where it ended that accumulation phase, than where Bitcoin went to in the bottom of that accumulation phase. The bottom down here is $160. Bitcoin ran to $20,000. You bought the bottom, sold the top perfectly. No one's going to do. I'm not saying you need to do that, but if you did, hypothetically, you would have made something like 120, 130x return. That is ridiculous. You're not going to get that anywhere else, and I do still think the same thing is going to happen to Bitcoin. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that Bitcoin is going to have another 100x return. I'm not necessarily saying that Bitcoin is going to go to $500,000, although that is very possible in my opinion. I've done videos in the past about why Bitcoin could in fact go to high six figures, possibly even seven figures in valuation in the future. The point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that there is a massive, and I do mean a massive, life-changing opportunity sitting right before us. Guys, we have looked at the technical analysis. We have seen the fundamentals. We have seen the history of Bitcoin. We know what cryptocurrencies in the blockchain industry are capable of. We know what a Bitcoin bull market will do. We've seen one. We've seen two. We're about to see a third, and I think you guys all deep down know what's going to happen. You know that if the Bitcoin bull market starts in 2019, starts in 2020 even, heck, let's even say that some kind of crazy news happens and the Bitcoin bull market doesn't start till 2021, which I think is ridiculously unlikely, but let's just say it does. It doesn't matter, guys, because everybody has a couple years to wait. Most of you guys can wait a couple years. Most of you guys can buy and hold and wait for Bitcoin to rally, because this is the kind of investment that will change your life. And this is not a Ponzi scheme. We're not investing in BitConnect. We're not investing in some cloud mining thing. We're not investing in anything other than Bitcoin here. I'm talking about high-level altcoins that are reputable and have a bright future, and I'm talking about Bitcoin here because there is a lot of money to be made, and I think that if you guys pass this up, and for some reason you're watching this video and you don't have a position in Bitcoin, you don't have a position in altcoins, and you aren't ready for the next Bitcoin bull market, both mentally and with your investments, if you're not ready, you're going to miss out on one of the biggest opportunities of your lifetime. This kind of thing comes about once in a lifetime, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. We've seen it happen once. Bitcoin rallied in a major way back over here in 2010, 2011, 2012. Great opportunity for Bitcoin. And we do still have another one, and it's coming. And it's going to be big. And like I said, guys, in 2017, Bitcoin went to the moon. Next time we're going to the stars. Bitcoin is going to bring about massive returns. And I'm not going to get into price targets in today's video. But if I were to be honest, based on everything that I've seen, the price targets, let's keep going. They're probably up here somewhere. They're probably up here in the stratosphere somewhere. That's the bull run. By the way, let's get a little bit of perspective. This right here, unless you're watching at 1080p, you might not even be able to see this. That's the 2017 bull market. I'm expecting price targets to be up here somewhere. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not going to get into exact numbers. I do have a reason to believe that Bitcoin's going to go to those crazy levels. We'll talk about that in a future video. The point I'm trying to make here is that a massive opportunity is on the horizon. And if you guys are not ready in 2 ways for it, you're going to regret it. There's 2 ways that you can prepare for this coming Bitcoin bull run. With your investments, if you agree with me that Bitcoin is going to go on a massive bull run, if you agree with me that Bitcoin does have a very bright future, the blockchain industry is going to revolutionize the world, Bitcoin's going to reach large-scale adoption and maybe mass adoption in the bull run that follows this later on in the 2020s, early 2030s. If you believe that something like that is going to happen and that Bitcoin is going to have a massive bull run, why are you not invested? If you are invested, good. Maybe you think about investing more. I'm not going to tell you to. I'm just planting the seed in your mind so you can think about it. And you're an adult. You can make the decision as to whether or not you want to invest more into Bitcoin. But guys, do understand that I believe anyway that a massive return is coming to Bitcoin. You have to do your own technical analysis because at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable in your investments with your own reasoning. I want you guys to do your own TA, come to the conclusions that you will come to. If you agree with me, then great. Then perhaps you can think about doing what I'm saying. That's up to you. The second way that you can be prepared actually leads me into the course sale that we're having right now, and that is to be prepared mentally. Because it's one thing to have a ton of Bitcoin. It's one thing to just luck into having a bunch of Bitcoin and seeing like, oh, well, Bitcoin is trading really low right now. I'm going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin down here, and then 2 years later you come back and you've been doing whatever, and then Bitcoin's trading at $17,000, and you're like, okay, I'm rich now, and just sell all that Bitcoin. It's one thing to do that, guys. It's one thing to luck into making the investment of a lifetime. It's quite another thing to know exactly what you're doing so that you can make an investment today and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, you're the guy popping champagne corks, buying Lamborghinis with all the pretty girls around you, the nice house, and the legacy that you want to lead, that you want to leave. And you have the life that you want because you were the one who made the investment that made you wealthy. It's one thing to luck into an investment and not be able to replicate it, but it's quite another thing to be able to spot these investments and make them and make a ton of money, guys. Some of the richest people in the world did not get there through business. They got there through making good investments. And then with those investments, they went and bought businesses. They went and started businesses. Warren Buffett's kind of an example of that. Not exactly, but you understand what I mean. It's very important that you guys understand how to do technical analysis on these markets, how to read these markets, and how to look at these markets and try to predict what they're going to do before they do them. And guys, that is why I created the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. I did make this partially because, like I said in yesterday's video, I have to be able to financially justify the amount of time I put into YouTube, and I do put a lot of time into YouTube, and the course does help. But the other reason I made the course is specifically because I want to help you guys. I'm a very altruistic person, and I want to give you guys content. I want to give you guys things, and I'll be the first to say, the stuff in this course you can find on the internet. But have fun, go spending the next 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 hours of your life looking for all of this content in all of the different places that I had to go to find it and learning and spending the 1,000+ hours that I've spent learning technical analysis and putting this course together. Sure, you can do that. Or you can have it all right here. There's a link in the description down below if you want 30 videos with over 8 hours of content going into how to do technical analysis from the very beginning when you don't even know how to set up TradingView. We have a 26-minute video here about how I set up my TradingView. Let's go ahead and pause that. About how we set up my TradingView account here. All the way through how to set up profitable trades, risk management, risk and reward, how to use different technical indicators like RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, continuation patterns, all of these patterns that you need, and also things like mass psychology, bull and bear markets, market structure, gut feeling. I'm running down the list here, and there is a very long list of videos here that many of the people, and actually all of the people that have gone through the course have told me they very much enjoy. I haven't actually, come to think of it, I haven't had any complaints about what is in the course. I've had some ideas given to me. For example, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, how to plan and execute profitable trades. This video was actually made on the request of someone where I go into detail about how to actually set up these trades, how to set up investments, and how to be properly entered into a position before you actually go and put a bunch of money in the market without knowing what you're doing. All of that content is available with the link in the description down below, guys. Like I said, for another 24 hours or so, there's going to be a 20% off coupon code in the description down below. It is April 2019. You can use that, get 20% off at checkout. And guys, let me put it this way. If you make one investment with the lessons that you learned, one decent size, decent return investment with one of the hundreds of lessons that you'll learn in CT2A, you're going to make the course price back and more, and that lesson is going to keep making you money over and over and over again. Let's say you learn about how to use stop losses in this video on how to plan and execute profitable trades, or you learn about stop losses also in our video on how to set up Binance and depth charts and stop limits and all that stuff. Let's say you learn about stop limits and it stops you from losing $150. Boom, you just made the money back from the course price, and you'll probably make that back again if you continue trading. So guys, the thing I've always said, the greatest investment that you can make is one in yourself. It's very important that you know how to read markets and how to trade in those markets, which is what CT2A is for, guys. So if you're interested in getting what we have to offer, links in the description. Like I've said in previous videos also, there's a very fair refund policy. You can watch up to 30% of the course material, and in the first 14 days, if you don't like it, I will give you all of your money back. No questions asked. But guys, I'm going to try and think of a segue. No questions asked. This was... Okay, I can't do it. Anyway, tell me in the comment section down below what you think of today's video. Are you heavily invested in Bitcoin? Are you heavily invested in altcoins? And are you ready for the next Bitcoin bull market? Are you going to be here through it? Because I know you guys that have been here for a long time. I'm thinking of several specific ones of you guys in the comment section down below. Robert Thompson, you're one of them. You were in the comment section all the time. You guys have been here and had the balls of steel and the grit and the fortitude to hodl through this 2018 Bitcoin bear market. All you guys that have been here for so long, you guys I don't think are going anywhere, especially since Bitcoin's starting to move to the upside. Tell me in the comment section down below how long you've been in the market. I'm interested to hear that as well. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. This video should be going up on Monday, so that means I should be home tomorrow, which means there will be a topical video on recent price action going up tomorrow. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I do want to thank each and every single one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.